Fully detailed report. Russia's attack on Ukraine's energy infrastructure amidst truce talks. This is the Rethink report. Let's break it down. Russia has launched a large-scale overnight missile and drone attack on Ukraine's energy infrastructure, marking the first widespread strikes since the United States halted intelligence sharing with Kyiv. The assault comes at a critical moment, as Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is set to meet United States officials in Saudi Arabia to discuss a minerals deal and a proposed air and sea truce. Meanwhile, European leaders are divided over increasing defense spending, as economic concerns complicate military support for Ukraine. With Russia escalating its attacks while truce discussions unfold, Ukraine faces a high-stakes turning point in the war. What happened? Russia launched coordinated missile and drone strikes across multiple Ukrainian regions, specifically targeting power plants, substations, and energy grids. The attack severely damaged or destroyed key energy facilities, leaving millions at risk of power shortages. Ukraine's air defense systems intercepted many missiles, but officials say critical infrastructure suffered heavy damage. The timing is no coincidence. Russia's aggression increases as peace talks gain momentum. Why now? What's behind the attack? Several factors may have led to this escalation. The United States recently halted real-time intelligence sharing with Ukraine, limiting Kyiv's ability to anticipate Russian strikes. This change came after shifts in United States foreign policy, including delays in military aid packages. By crippling Ukraine's power grid, Russia aims to pressure the Ukrainian government and weaken civilian morale. Similar tactics were used in winter 2022, when attacks on energy systems left millions without heat. Zelensky's upcoming talks in Saudi Arabia will focus on economic cooperation and a possible truce. By striking now, Russia sends a message that it still has the upper hand militarily. How is Ukraine responding? Ukraine launched retaliatory attacks on Russian military positions but lacks the long-range weapons needed for deeper strikes. Kyiv has renewed urgent requests for Western air defense systems, especially Patriot missiles from the United States and Europe. Ukraine's government is urging civilians to conserve electricity, and rolling blackouts may follow. Zelensky has condemned the attacks, stating that Russia is trying to destroy Ukraine's resilience ahead of truce talks. The global response to the attacks have sparked fresh debate among Western allies. The United States has not yet resumed intelligence sharing, despite Ukraine's urgent request. Some United States officials support a peace deal, believing the war is draining resources and could be politically costly ahead of the 2026 elections. Some European leaders want to increase defense spending, but economic struggles have led to hesitation in committing more military aid. Germany and France continue to support Ukraine diplomatically but have limited additional weapon deliveries. China and Saudi Arabia are pushing for diplomatic solutions, hoping to mediate a potential truce between Ukraine and Russia. Is Ukraine heading toward a truce or more war? The situation could go into directions. If peace talks in Saudi Arabia gain traction, Ukraine may accept a ceasefire in exchange for economic aid. A temporary truce could allow Ukraine to rebuild, but Russia may use it to regroup for future attacks. If the West refuses to increase military aid, Ukraine may struggle to defend against further Russian advances. If Russia escalates attacks further, Ukraine will push for more weapons, extending the war. With Ukraine's energy grid in crisis, United States policy in flux, and Russia ramping up pressure, the world is watching to see whether Ukraine moves toward peace or deeper into war. Follow Rethink Report for the full story.